The disrespect on Umbreon again. This guy sucks.
As 2021 draws to a close, I figured, hey, what a perfect opportunity to create a cliche top 10 best pulls of the year video. And so today, I'm going to look back at what was easily one of the best years for the Pokemon trading card game, bar none. But before we get into today's video, I am going to ask you again politely to like, subscribe, and if you're feeling super generous, leave a comment. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. It's actually a little bit surreal because I've got like $1,500 worth of cards here. I did fantastic this year finding some of the best cards from so many different sets. So I think I'm going to kick it off with the Galarian Zapdos V from Matchless Fighters. This was one of the most stunning cards to get revealed. And I think this was probably the moment when people realized that special arts were going to hit us with an absolute bang. And they were not going to stop the rest of the year. You can see here, it is just like, not only is the setting of this card just fantastic, it's so fitting for the Pokemon. It is the Roadrunner Zapdos, as so many different people refer to it as. But yeah, I was very lucky to find this. This was actually my first pull out of Matchless Fighters. So I started off very, very strong. It is by Akira Komayama, who is a very renowned artist. They've been around for a while, but I mean, like, look at the amazing texture on the sky. The blue is just so striking, and you can just see, like, it's just perfect. The setting is so strong. You can see Zapdos has been running through this canyon, and then you've got the actual illustration of the Pokemon itself, and Zapdos just looks fantastic here. You know, I think this is going to be one of the more timeless cards. This is definitely going to be a card that a lot of people look back on and, you know, say like, hey, that was definitely one of the more striking cards of 2021. And it's going to remind them of 2021 as well. Funnily enough, I actually opened up a box of Matchless Fighters a few months ago now, recently, and I found another. So I actually got really lucky with Matchless Fighters. Wasn't able to find the Galarian Moltres V by Shibuzol, but I did find two of these, so you cannot complain. Crazy thing is, I've got all these cards next to me, just in their sleeve. I took them all out of the top loader to just speed this up. So, you know, I'm gonna put these away as I go, because usually when I get pretty rough or let's say lazy with my cards, that's when accidents start to happen. So next up, I think I'm gonna put these very, very early in the list. This is the shiny Charizard VMAX. Now this is easily the Charizard chase card of 2021 when it came to English sets. This did first release in, I was about to say Ultra Shiny, in Shiny Star V, but it did come to English territories a few months later as part of Shining Fates. Shining Fates? Yeah, it's Shining Fates. You cannot deny that this is an absolutely beautiful card. It's just straight up a shiny Charizard, and it's very sparkly. There is a lot of sparkling going on. It's not as good as the Japanese version. Japanese version is actually fantastic, but absolutely stunning texture, and it is the Charizard card of 2021. So to find it, you're doing pretty well, and I got very lucky again with this, especially after having such a bad run with so many different Charizard cards from like Darkness Ablaze. I had a terrible run with the Charizard VMAX from Darkness Ablaze, and who can forget Champion's Path? I mean, it's very easy to forget Champion's Path because it was a boring ass set, but I wasn't able to find the Charizard out of that set either, nor was I able to find it in Shiny Star V, the Japanese version. But I opened up one of these, and then a few weeks later, or even like a few days later, I opened up another one and I found two. So I've actually got the videos where I found those cards on the channel if you want to check them out. Link in the description below the like button, below the subscribe button. Yeah, it was a very, very good time. The second one, I actually kind of lost my mind. Okay, there are a few to pick from here, and I think next up I am going to go for this. This is a little bit out of left field. This is the Mewtwo and Mew GX. This is from Miracle Twins. This is from a Sun and Moon set. Now, Miracle Twins released in 2019, and it's since gone out of print. It's very difficult to find now. But around about like April, May, I was doing a bit of a, you know, Sun and Moon set stint. I was going crazy over the sets, and I was trying to finish my master set of Miracle Twins. Now, when you're trying to finish a master set, you know, the number one thing you want to do is find the chase card. So I was like, do I keep buying boxes? Do I open up a few more, or do I just buy the single? Now, I rolled the dice and was lucky enough to find this, and it was actually quite a surreal moment. And it's an absolutely beautiful card. I think if you only collect English cards, you might take this card for granted a little bit, because for English collectors, this was a promo. But the Japanese version is a super rare. It's one super rare per booster box. So, you know, there's about 20, 30 odd cards as super rares in Miracle Twins. You want to be trying to find this because it's tough to find, and the single is probably like 20,000, 25,000 yen. Who knows how much it is now. So again, I was really lucky to find this. Beautiful texture. Again, the Japanese cards have a much better texture than their English variants. So if you're an English only collector, you might not appreciate this card that much, but I was very happy to find it. And again, it helped me finish off my master set of Miracle Twins. Honorable mention here to the Pikarom from Tag Bolt. Sorry, this is a little bit of a flex, but around about the same time, I did find the Pikarom. Actually, you know what? Maybe I found this in 2020, but you know, any excuse to show this card off. This one is by Kawayu, and Kawayu is one of my favorite artists. And you can see, again, the Sun and Moon special arts were truly, truly special. This is from Tag Bolt, like I said. And again, I'm trying to master set Tag Bolt. I actually think I'm there. There's just a few of the lower tier super rares that I still haven't bought as a single, but finding this card really unlocked all of that. And yeah, these sets they're nostalgic to me because I was opening up a few sets around about that period over at Twitch, and we were going through a lot of Sun and Moon, and it was fun to sort of see, you know, the last boxes of that at retail and open them up rather than just sit on them sealed, because that's kind of boring. But yeah, I'll put this at 7. I'll put the Mewtwo and Mew-GX at 7, and an honorable mention for the Pikarom, which again is a promo in English, but for a Japanese set, it was a pull. So you definitely want to be finding those if you're going to open up a box of Tag Bolt. I opened up a box of Miracle Twins at the channel here. I actually opened up the Pokemon Center special set, and I got another one of the chase cards out of that box too. So I had a very good stint between like March, April, May. I was doing crazy with some of the pulls that I was finding. So make sure to check that video out too. Okay, this is actually one of my favorite pulls of the year, but I'm gonna pull it out now because I want to talk about it early. This was easily one of the most fun cards I found, and it was one of the first special arts to come back this year. This is Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX from Rapid Strike Master, known in Japanese as Rengeki Urasu VMAX. This one is by Kiyotaka Oshiyama, who is a manga and anime producer. I'm gonna go with producer. They have a big history with anime and manga, so a lot of their cards have an amazing sense of scale, but this was one of the first special arts to get revealed. I actually think it was the first special art to get revealed, and it signaled the return of special arts for 2021. So it was a very exciting card to see, and naturally was a very exciting card to find as well. And I did get lucky enough to find it super, super early on. In fact, the box that I found it from had 2 super rares in it. The second one was easily the second best super rare from the set. I won't spoil it. Again, that video is here on YouTube. It's probably going to pop up as a card, but you can see it in the description below. And this was a stunning card, such an amazing sense of scale. So many different Pokemon on it too. It was very fun. And it, like I said, it signaled the return and got people very, very excited. So to find it, yeah, I was very, very pleased because I had my eye on it. Blue is one of my favorite colors. Well, blue is basically my favorite color, even though all the branding on the channel is green. I love blue, and I just love the feeling that this card gives me. So this was an awesome find. No complaints here. I didn't manage to find the single strike Urshifu VMAX, but you know, with a little bit of luck, or maybe I'll just have to accept it and just buy it as a single. It's a bit ridiculous to keep chasing cards from sets that are pretty expensive now, even though, yeah, Single Strike Master came out at the start of the year. It is a little bit of an expensive set now. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't go down that rabbit hole. I'm trying to talk myself out of the chase. You just deal with it for a bit. I'm looking at easily like $800 to $1,000 worth of cards here, Australian, by the way. This is a pretty juicy haul. The next card I will talk about is I'm gonna put these here. Okay, I'm gonna put hang on, sorry, I'm debating. All right, next card is the Sylveon VMAX from Eevee Heroes. This was the first VMAX special art that I found from Eevee Heroes, and it's an absolute stunner. I know most people out there say that the Umbreon VMAX special art is the better card, but personally, I'm putting the Sylveon above it. And if you don't like it, you can let me know in the comment section below. But this was an awesome card to find, and a big relief because a lot of the special arts from Eevee Heroes were super, super expensive. This is stunning. Looking at it and seeing the light in your room or wherever you're looking at it reflect off it, it's too hard to explain. I'm hoping the camera is picking it up here for you guys, but you got to see these cards in hand. They are so different to their English counterparts, and this one has so many different layers. There's so much going on. The texturing is just beautiful. It is truly one of the most stunning cards to be released this year, and I'm very, very lucky to have found it. It is by Taira Akitsu, and there are so many different Pokemon on it. There's so many different Eevee. There's multiple Vaporeon. You got the Sylveon. You got the Mars Shadow. Like, there is just a crazy amount of Flabebe as well. Like, it's just an absolute crazy, crazy card. And yeah, was one of the cooler cards to find. I actually found it. In English too. I got really lucky with that. But that was a very fun opening actually over at Twitch. We couldn't believe what was happening that day. I never put it on YouTube. I promised you guys I would. Well, speaking of that pull, I will lead into a card that you guys love more than I do probably, but you cannot deny that this is one of the best cards to find this year next to the Charizard for English collectors. It is the Umbreon VMAX from Evolving Skies. This is the English version. And now again, I don't open up a whole lot of English because it's a bit of a, it's a bit of a money sink, especially when you're collecting Japanese cards. It's just really not viable to open up both sets and a lot of both sets. But, Evolving Skies came out. It was a hype set. You get the Eeveelutions. It's basically Eevee Heroes in English. So I thought, why not? Let's give it another go. And I got really lucky again. I actually found 2 of these bad boys. I'm going to show you the second one here. Can you believe it? I found 2. This is just such a cheeky little video. I'm actually flexing so much here. I am showing so many fantastic cards. So I can imagine this might be grinding a couple of you guys' gears, but you know what? I had to do it to him. The texture on it, anytime a VMAX Pokemon gets a special art, it is just absolutely stunning. I got to give it to English cards and the holos. Like they do look very, very sparkly. So they are very fun to find. Of course, finding 2 is a pretty good feeling too. But I actually found these out of triple pack blisters, which was crazy. This was about that time everyone was like, triple pack blisters have the best hits. The hit rate is the best on them. Only open up triple pack blisters. So I was like, all right, I'll get a few. Let's see how we go. And yeah, like I said, I found the Umbreon VMAX and I found the Sylveon VMAX in the same night. It was actually quite the cheeky stream. It usually happens when I spend most of the night dumping on English sets and talking about how bad the pull rates are. And then, yeah, I go ahead and do it to him like that. So this is a fun card to find. You cannot deny finding an Eeveelution, let alone one of the best ones, is a W any day of the week. So I'll put these guys back into their home and we'll move on to the next one, which is probably going to be a little bit divisive. All right, as you can see here, I had a very, very nutty run, but it's super important that you stay humble when you're opening up Pokemon cards and when you're collecting so that it doesn't get too far out of hand. That's why the next cards that I'm going to show today are the Schoolboy. And you might be saying, JLove, what intonation is this? Why are you showing us this absolute trash? Why was this a card? I don't know. I feel like this was a troll card. This was from Blue Sky stream. And again, it was in Evolving Skies too. But this is easily one of the biggest troll cards of the year. The counterpart in Skyscraping Perfect, the Schoolgirl, is equally as bad. But yeah, you know what? They went ahead and they made these cards full arts in what would have been otherwise perfect sets. So I found one, and I didn't open many boxes of Blue Sky Stream because it was around about the period where Japanese sets got really difficult to buy. You're having to pay 9,000, 10,000 yen to get a box of it when the retail price is 4,500. So to buy boxes of this at that inflated rate was one thing. To find cards like this after spending 9,000 yen on a booster box was like, bro, are you seriously, you gonna do me like that? And then to find it twice was a kick in the balls. I'm gonna be serious. It sucked, but it reminded me that you can't go on these godly runs all the time and find the best cards every day of the week. That is reality. A lot of this is luck based. It can't always be, we did it Reddit, we did it fam, or I finally found it. The reality is you will find shit cards from time to time, and these 2 are absolutely fucking stinkers. So I'm going to put those guys at 4 because of just how bad they were, but they definitely humbled me and made me realize that you can't always find W's, but you can most of the time, which is why the next card that I am going to show you is the Duraludon V from Skyscraping Perfect. This was one of the better cards I found from that dual set. This one is by Naoki Saito, who is one of the best Pokemon card illustrators out there, bar none. This was a very interesting card because it does feature Raihan quite prominently too. So for a lot of people, myself included, we speculated that this was going to signal the return of special art. This is a special art. And we speculated that this was going to signal the return of character rares. How those character rares were going to come back, we didn't really know at the time. Lo and behold, it happened. Character rares came back. Character super rares got introduced. This was a teaser for sure by Creatures Inc. to say, hey, they're coming back, because there was also the Rayquaza V that features Zinnia from Blue Sky Stream, and Rayquaza V didn't get a character rare in VMAX Climax. Neither did Duraludon V. Duraludon VMAX did, and Rayquaza VMAX did, but you could argue that they got their cards in this set. So this was a fun card to find. This was easily the best card I found from Skyscraping Perfect. It's easily the best card from the set too. And again, it's always fantastic. Naoki Saito generally these days draws full art trainers, but he drew this, and he also drew the Mew V Special Art from Fusion Arts, which I was going to include in this list, but there were too many other cards, and unfortunately the Mew V didn't make the cut. I didn't want to just have it be like, you know, a superstar special art only set. It had to have a little bit of meaning to it. So that's why I chose the Duraludon V over the Mew V. Even after the schoolboy fiasco, I continued my godly run of finding dubs exclusively. So next card, you might be like, oh, come on, man. Like, you're seriously going to go out there and do that? That's so lame. Or it's like so cliche, but I'm going to do it. It is the Galar friends from VMAX Climax. And you know what? I have not felt as relieved as I did this year finding this card. This is an absolute stunner. Am I going to take it out of the Ultimate Guard One Touch? Are you guys going to make me? I'm not going to lie. I have the absolute sweatiest hands right now, but I'll do it. Give me a second. I cannot open this up right now because my fingers are so... Can you see how sweaty? This is disgusting. They're shining. They're shining. Anyway, I'm not taking it out because I'm going to damage it. And I don't want to damage it because this is one of the chase cards from VMAX Climax. So again, I was super pleased to find it because this is a card that is going to be very sought after in the future. People are going to look back on this card very fondly. It is basically, it's the swan song for Sword and Shield. It is the big send off in the same way that Alola Friends was as well. And Alola Friends, that's a very expensive card. Granted, it's a promo from a very limited item. And this is a card that you pull from the actual set, but it's going to have the same connection for the next 5, 10, 15 years. So I was happy to find it. It's actually pretty cheap. Let's put things into perspective, you know, 10,000 to 15,000 yen. For me, in this period of very expensive Japanese cards, that is cheap. I'm just going to go out there and say it. I know that's up there for people's budgets generally, but it is cheap when you compare it to some of the other cards out there, some of the other chase cards like Umbreon VMAX Special Art from Eeveelutions. That's, you know, still a 40,000 yen card. So I was very happy to find this because it meant that I didn't have to buy it, but it's come down dramatically. So if I wanted to buy another one, I really could. Anyway, fun card to find. It is always fun to find the best cards from the sets. And it will be a card that I will never let go of because it's basically the key to the master set. So to wrap it up, the last card, and I have to dry my hands because this is an absolute belter of a card and I love it. I love it so much. I don't want to damage it. It actually sits in a unique binder. This is the card that kicked it all off this year. It's the Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia GX Special Art from Alta Genesis. I reckon this was like one of the first pulls for me for the year. I still vividly remember the stream. I think it was about, you know, January 5 of this year. And it was an absolutely crazy box. I think it had been like a hot minute since we'd found a really powerful, awesome special art card from the Sun and Moon era. So to find this, it really just kicked it all off. It's by my favorite artist, Corki Saito. Absolutely love them. I actually made a video where Corki Saito explained the process of how he creates a Pokemon card. That's on the channel. You can check that out. It's an absolute blast. You will learn a lot. But this is one of his best pieces of work. I absolutely adore this card. The way that the texture blends to the God Ray, so you've got the sun shining down. You can feel it with your eyes. I know that sounds a bit silly, but you can feel it with your eyes looking at the texture of the statue. It's perfectly done. Like, the composition is fantastic. It is one of the most iconic cards of that era. ADP was an absolute menace in the TCG, so it's a card that'll be well known for many years. And with Arceus Legends releasing next year and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl coming out, yeah, I was glad to find it before all that hype really ramped the prices up. This is one of the more expensive cards from Alta Genesis. It's probably the chase card from the set. So I was very lucky to find it and basically, yeah, cement my my position in master setting Alta Genesis. So an absolute belter of a card. I'm going to cover the schoolboys up because, you know, those guys, they're a bit of an eyesore. But here you can see some of the best cards I found this year. Let me just take this opportunity to thank you all for watching. Whether you're watching at YouTube, Twitch, whether you follow Twitter, Instagram, you're in the Discord, whoever you are, I really do appreciate all you guys. You made this possible. You know, I'm feeling really nostalgic and I get overwhelmed with emotions at this time of the year, and it's been a wild couple of weeks for me personally as well. So I really appreciate you guys, and it's more than just views, likes, comments, and subscribers. You know, you guys watching and enjoying the content and being entertained by it and it making you happy shows me that I can do what I'm trying to do. And I'm working towards getting back to Japan. I really want to get there and just create amazing videos and show you guys some fantastic things, more than just going to Japanese card stores and, you know, talking about that. There's so many fantastic things I want to do there. There's so many people personally that I want to meet up with again. So yeah, I hope that I can get back there soon, and with your support, I think I'll be able to make that possible. So again, a very big thank you for so much in 2021. I'm looking forward to what 2022 is going to bring us and the Pokemon TCG. Stay safe, enjoy the New Year's, and I'll see you next time, guys. Have a good one.